know.
With 30 seconds to go was a held ball, right? So, I mean, they don't even use that way. I mean, I guess it goes as a turnover if the other team has possession. I mean, yeah, it would have to count as a turnover, but you would think it would also be listed as.
Yeah, it's it. No, it's a help. I mean, it was a rebound now. So
if you have possession, then this whole ball has to be turned.
But if it's just a rebound, does he actually have possession?
What they're probably saying is that he got
two guys together and
he got the foul.
That's what it's listed as.
That's what's right.
And then the time before that, we called timeout. Two horrible girls. Yeah, he did. Starts here. He starts right. Yeah, he starts here. Yeah, he starts here.
Correct.
We have a missed three here.
He was
It was bad.
The hell ball?
There were two little players. Neither of them had their hands on were even touching the ball.
Full possession.
Yeah,
I mean, Porter had it like this, and they were both like this. It wasn't even. And they called it.
Yeah, but the refs from this game were from the Seahawks-Packers game, so.
They made a terrible call on Georgetown's benches. Lead referee, lead official.
Yeah.
Isn't that guy? Yeah.
What's that?
Well, whoever the lead official is the same guy who called a technical on Georgetown's bench. When I was a fan.
Oh, that game.
They called it on Monroe.
And they called it on
Four.
Monroe. Yeah.
I've literally never seen that before.
Just like Aaron Bowen.
And, you know, you've heard me say this before, something like this before, it's easy to look at the points and shots, we had big shots when we needed them. But probably more importantly, fighting over those ball screens, staying in front of their guards, getting back in front of their guards. It's work. It's hard work. And I thought he did that all night.
What's been the difference? I mean, the last 5 games, this is a different team than what we saw earlier in the season.
I don't know about that. I mean, we're getting better. You know, we're progressing. I think the guys, you know, are doing a good job. We did a good job today. You know, as much as I can sit here and talk about how Markel fought over those screens, if his teammates aren't there to help in shadow, if the guys in the perimeter aren't there to help stand up. I mean, I think we're doing a good. I'm giving a rambling answer to your question and answer. I think the guys are doing a better job of helping each other, particularly at the defensive end. We're making the extra pass for the most part.
Did you come in expecting so much man from them? They played a lot of man.
Yeah, I think they did a good job, quite honestly, of keeping us off balance and going back and forth. between their man and zone. Traditionally, they have played us a lot of man. You know, they don't normally, they press back to that zone most of the time, but down through the years, they've played us a lot of man, so we did expect it.
You've talked a lot about
this is obviously a quality team. It's struggling a little bit right now, but they're still a very good team. How much can a victory like this get you guys really going? Because, I mean, that's as talented a team as you're going to see out there.
No, let's get this straight. That's a hell of a team. That's one of the best teams in the country. Now, I think it speaks to how strong this league is, where, you know, one of the best teams in the country can lose a couple games in a row. And you literally have to play well every night or you're going to lose in this league. And so that's a very good win against an outstanding team.
You've talked throughout the year about needing to step up the rebounding on the team. Tonight, you guys, or today, you guys out-rebounded them and had seemed like in the second half, had some really big ones to help you guys on offense in particular.
Yeah, I thought that was key. I mean, quite honestly, I thought that was key. You know, and you know, one of the person that's not up here with is Nate. You know, you look at Nate's numbers, and if you just analyze the numbers, you haven't watched the game or don't really understand the game, he's okay. You know, but Nate didn't get quantity stats. He got quality stats. You know, when we needed a rebound, he was in there getting a rebound. A couple key possessions, he was the one helping as those guys tried to turn that corner. I thought Nate was terrific. But yes, we did rebounding and keeping them off the boards, and you know, that was even coming down the stretch. I think most of their baskets came off the second shots.
I don't mean this question to disparage Greg in any way, but I can't help but notice that you're 4-1 since the suspension. Is that the sort of thing that sort of jars a team, or is it coincidental, or anything to do with, you know, something that wakes up a team? And
We might have been 5-0 with them.
right. Well.
You know, I've said. I mean, he is a loss. It's a big loss. But at the same time, we have people that have stepped up, and hopefully we continue to step up in this. And actually, I'm phrasing that wrong. Not as a group. As a group, I think everyone is stepping up.
Can you talk about Baby's rebound and just how important that particular putback seemed to be for you guys?
It's the winning basket. And so, you know, he was close to a couple in the first half, or earlier in the first half, he went in and kept the ball alive, and Nate ended up getting it and putting it in. And so, I mean, literally, I want to say the play before, the dead ball before his basket, he says, I'm gonna get one, coach. I'm gonna get one. And he goes out and does it. So that's pretty good.
Do you think some of your guys maybe grew up against pressure outside of Starks? He's been handling it, primary ball handler, but other guys really seem to step up handling their full ball pressure.
I would. It's you have to handle their pressure. Or you're going to lose. I thought in the first half, and I got to go back and watch the tape obviously, but I thought in the first half we handled their press. We kept throwing the ball away in half court. You know, but that's what they do. They try to wear you down. They're fast. They're strong. And they're very good at that. But I thought collectively we did a good job. Obviously, as you said, Ron, Markel had the ball in his hands most of the time, but everyone brought it up at certain points. Otto, Devontae, Jabril, everyone had at certain points.
John, you mentioned that Markel's defense on the roast. Did you do anything specific to slow them down? Because obviously they're a pretty good tandem usually.
I think we just called them on a good day. You can't slow those guys down. But there's an answer to your question. I think is what I've been saying is as much as we could. I think you have to give our unit credit, not just our guards. Let's not take anything away from Marquette, but everyone did a pretty good job of flowing with the ball.
You had a different lineup out there today than I think we've seen before with, I know you don't like positions, but essentially 4 perimeter players along with either like Otto or Nate. Was that something tactical for this game, or is that something that had been brewing?
No, I felt that they're an outstanding defensive team, and it's hard to get into a flow with them. And so they're one of these teams where you can't think about as much as you want to think about play. You just have to play. And so I just wanted to we were small, but I just wanted to get 5 guys out there that could move, snap the ball, and just keep playing. And so coming down the stretch, I don't know whether I feel like we had a lot of wasted offensive possessions, but that's the credit to them. But they're the kind of team where you can't start about plays. Players just got to play and make plays.
How do you feel about the chemistry right now of the team?
How's the catch?
Chemistry.
It's pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
Questions for the players?
Markel keeps talking about the challenge of facing, taking on Siva and really having to do so much today on both ends of the court.
He's a terrific player. Obviously, he's very, very fast, very quick. So it's a challenge. And you don't want to make it mano a mano, but at some point you got to take pride in playing defense. It was a tough night for me on the defensive end because he runs off so many screens. They run a lot of staggers for he and Russ Smith, and a couple times I got matched up with him. So at some point or another, you just got to say I got to defend.
Boy, to take us through those series of possessions at the end of the game, I think they got a timeout. Then they came back and got a hell ball. How did you guys maintain defensive focus? When you were getting the rug pulled from underneath your legs?
We just came together. We defended. We was in the huddle. We said we got to get a stop, a rebound, and that's what we try to do.
Aaron, did it go down as Coach said? Did you say in the
Are you
timeout?
accusing me of lying?
No, I want to hear him.
You don't have to ask him, did it go down?
It was the heat of the moment. You might not remember it exactly right.
No, but I did tell Coach though, because we knew that rebound would be a big key to us winning the game. And then, like you said, I kept trying to go and get rebound. I told him I was going to get him one, and that's what happened.
Is that a normal play for you? I mean, can you just describe sort of how that play developed? It's not a normal shot.
Come on now. Is that a normal
Well, let's
play?
give him his chance.
No, I was winning with a rebound, like I said. And I was blessed that it went in.
Aaron, you haven't had playing a ton of minutes prior to this last stretch. You really at any point in your career, how nice is it for you to get out there a lot more lately and making key plays like the one today?
It's good that coach gave me opportunity to show that I can play. And I can just play hard. So I do what I got to do to win for us to win games.
Markel, can you describe the rebound? Describe what you saw on his shot.
Absolutely.
You knew what I asked.
Okay, so
He grabbed the mic and everything.
because I was almost towards half court, and as soon as we went in the locker room, I told him, I was like, man, I've never seen anything like that. I mean, but I tell him all the time that he's probably one of the most athletic people on this planet. And when the shot went up, I mean, he just came out of nowhere, and he just took it, and it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
Is that your biggest basket with Georgetown?
Yeah, it is.
I want to ask because I think Ben did ask you about that frustrating last sequence where they kept getting another chance and another chance. 1.4 seconds, you get the rebound. That one, there's no dispute about that one. You came down with that one. It was sort of a feeling of accomplishment. That we finally stopped these guys.
Right. As soon as I saw it, come off the right way, I think somebody tipped it. It just came my way, and I just grabbed it.
From my perspective, one of the things that was most frustrating about those last sequences, in sequence where they kept getting the ball back, because they were out of timeouts. And so in essence, they were getting quick timeouts every time they got the ball back. They got a chance to huddle up, call something, and just the fact they were out of timeouts and they kept getting the ball back was frustrating.
Coach Donato, you talked yesterday leading into this game about desire and how rebounding is a lot of desire. Tino said that's the reason they lost this game. Do you agree with that?
I'm not sure. I think a lot of things fell in place. We did do a good job on the boards. You're not going to see too many times where Peyton Siva has 0 points. Am I reading that right? 0 points. And we did a terrific job on it, but I think a lot of things, just happened to bounce our way today. But if your question is, was that an important factor to us winning? Absolutely.
Coach, when you look at the last two games, Notre Dame and this one, do you see this thing really coming together, or can you not take that kind of big picture look after just 2 games?
I don't want to take a big picture look. I just want to go back and see how we can dissect what we did today and then start to get ready. See, AB's not used to coming in. And then get ready for Seton Hall. So, we're in the middle of the season. It's not the time to start talking big picture right now.
Coach, the last play, Coach Patino said they wanted to run the clock down. They didn't want to give you the ball back because the way you guys cut, he thought they were going to foul you guys. Were you pleased or surprised that they ran it down and gave themselves such little?
Sitting here now, I can say yes. If they'd scored, I'd say no. That's just a choice. A choice that it's one of the many decisions as a coach you have to make during the course of the day. I guess I'm fortunate that they missed and that auto came up with the rebound.
How many laps does he have to run for having the cell phone go off?
Some things we don't talk about in public.
Anything else? Thank you.